Hi, folks. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about connection. Different kinds of connection, right? There's connection to ourself that we talked about the other day, about how to find that channel deep inside ourselves to the truth of who we are and the quiet deep inside. But there's also connection between us. And in this new worldwide life storm that we're living, this new normal, we have to find different ways of connecting than we used to. We're with people that we aren't with all the time, now all the time, in our homes, if we live with people, and they don't go to work and they don't go to school and they're around all the time, and that's delicious for a little while, and then it gets harder. Yeah. For a lot of people it does. And then there's connection with the people we really want to be with, right? The people we love that we cannot be in person with. So we get connected via Zoom, a platform like I'm using here, or we get on the phone, or we use FaceTime, or we, send wishes out into the universe and hope that they're well. But life is not the same. And especially for the kiddos, right? You guys are not going to school every day. You're not seeing your friends every day in person. And I really want to find a way to help you to reestablish and find and maintain and remember that connection when we're not with the people we love. So I'm going to read a great story today called The Invisible String, and then we're going to do a really cool art piece. Okay? Hang on. Book to come. So this book is called The Invisible String by Patrice Karst, illustrated by Joanne Lew-Vriethoff. The Invisible String. To the children of the world and the magic of their strings. Liza and Jeremy, the twins, were asleep one calm and quiet night. Suddenly it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud that it woke them up. "Mommy, Mommy!" they cried as they ran to her. "Don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Go back to bed." "We want to stay close to you," said Jeremy. "We're scared." Mom said, "We're always together, no matter what." "But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed?" said Liza. Mom held something right in front of them and said, "This is how." Rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mom was holding. "I was about your age when my mommy first told me about the invisible string." "I don't see a string," said Jeremy. "You don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love." "But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there?" asked Liza. "Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart and know that you're always connected to everyone you love." "When you're at school and you miss me, your love travels all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart." "And when you tug it right back, we feel it in our hearts," said Jeremy. Can you see the leaves, how they're all shaped like hearts and floating to each other, right? Mom has some leaves here, and the kiddos have some leaves from her to them. "Does Jasper the cat have an invisible string?" Liza asked. "She sure does," said Mum. "And best friends like me and Lucy?" asked Liza. "Best friends too." "How far can the string reach?" "Anywhere and everywhere," Mom said. "Would it reach me, even if I were a submarine captain deep in the ocean?" asked Jeremy. "Yes," Mom said, "even there. And can you see how the fish have made a beautiful heart?" or a mountain climber? Even there. A dancer in France? Even there. A jungle explorer? Even there. Do you see? I think these are butterflies. See all the butterflies that are shaped like hearts and they go all the way up the tree? So many hearts. How about an astronaut out in space? Yes, even there. Does the string go away when you're mad at us? Never, said Mum. Love is stronger than anger, and as long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there. So Mum can be angry by what they did, right? But she still loves them. Even when you get older and can't agree about things like what movie to see, or what game to play in the back seat, or what time to go to bed. Oh, that's right, you two should be in bed. And with that, they all laughed as Mum chased the twins back to their beds. Within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. Can you see how they're surrounded by hearts now? See how they have the love all around them? As they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings they have, and all the strings their friends have, and their friends have, and their friends have, until everyone in the world was connected by invisible strings. And from deep inside, they now could clearly see that no one is ever alone. So even though you're not with your friends all the time, or with the people you love, or all of your family, or your grandparents, or your teachers, you're always connected by the invisible string and the love that you share. Isn't that a beautiful story? The invisible string. So now we're going to do a really cool art project that goes with the book. Be right back. Hi folks, so the book was wonderful, The Invisible String, and now we're going to do a little art piece that helps us to remember the people that we are not able to be with right now, but are still connected to by that invisible string of love and hearts and wonderful feelings. So this is similar to what we're going to make. I called it The Invisible String, and I made my own string. I tried to use yarn, that didn't work so well. So I decided just to use colors, and I'll show you how I did it. So we take a blank piece of paper, and we can use markers if we want to. We can use colored pencils. We can just use one color if we want to. I'm kind of a color girl, and today I think I'm going to use my watercolor pastels, which are like crayons, but then they change, and I'll show you how they change. So I'm going to start with a heart up here that represents me and my heart. I'm just going to color it in. And then I'm just going to draw a path in whichever way I want. It can curl in on itself like string does. Cool, huh? And I'm going to make it wider in some parts and not in others. And you know, when we're home and when we have nothing to do, and if for the kiddos, when mom or dad or anyone else who lives with you is busy, just pick up a piece of paper and play. Use your imagination and just play. It doesn't have to look like anything. Just pick up some colors and start making stripes. And while you do that, remember your heart and how filled with love it is for all the people you love and all the people you can't necessarily be with right now. And it's okay to feel sad about that. It really is. That's normal. It's okay to feel frustrated about that too. But when we draw and we get our feelings out on paper, sometimes those tough feelings that are inside our bodies don't stay stuck in there anymore. And it feels a little better. And for the adults who feel the same way, who feel that they would like to be with more people that they care about, this is a form of creative mindfulness, right? This is a way, as I've talked about in other videos, to let that part of your brain that gets upset, that analyzes, that overthinks, the prefrontal cortex, and that back part of your brain that fires and makes us really upset, the amygdala, to calm down. And it lets the part of your brain that's not judgmental and lets the chemicals flow and go into flow. Lets the chemicals that feel really good to flow through your body to start to fire. And that's what being mindful about what you're creating and just letting your body play does. So I'm just about finished my string. And I'm going to show you something cool that happens when I add a little bit of water to it. Okay. Before I do that though, I think I want to use a thick black marker and just sort of go along the string again. Just a little bit wider than it, because when I start to use the water, the color will spread. And just follow the lines that I drew. And sometimes these curves go across the bridges here, and sometimes they go under. Like ribbons are not always on top, right? Sometimes they're underneath one another. So as we draw this, I'm going to be quiet for a minute, and I just want you to imagine all of the people you love, even the people that you're with right now, but also the people you can't be with right now. I want you to just imagine them, and imagine that from the center of your heart, you're sending love to them out into the world. Okay, so as we draw, let's imagine all the love from our heart that we can share going out into the world to the people we love, like a stream, like that invisible string that I read in the story about. Okay, I want you to just imagine that while I draw. There's my invisible string. Now the next step comes, but first as I was drawing, I was also thinking about this desk that I'm drawing on. So when I decided to make a little corner of my house into a place where I could draw and write and do things that were creative, I looked online for a desk, and IKEA had one at the time. And I don't know if you can see all the words, but all of these words mean love in different languages. So we have love here and love here. I can't pronounce all of these. This is amore, which is love in Italian, and Liebe, perhaps love in German, I'm guessing, and Kerlik. Look at them all. All these words mean love. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now the fun part continues. So with all kinds of different colors, I'm just going to make hearts all over my page. And each of those hearts in my mind is going to represent a person that I love. And not all my hearts are going to be red because, oops, sorry, made you jump, excuse me, because I believe that our hearts are all filled with all kinds of feelings which represent different colors for me. So I'm going to use different colors of the rainbow for my hearts, but I'm starting them. And for kiddos who don't know how to draw a heart, I'll show you. So you make sort of what looks like a letter C, but it's a bit curved, see? And then, C for the letter C. And you do the same thing on the other side. Cool, huh? And then you color it in. Or not. You know, do whatever you want. I'm going to make hearts. If you want to make something else that represents love to you, that's fine. You can draw a bunch of L's. I'm so sorry I keep hitting the camera. I had done this so well this time. I try not to keep hitting the camera. And just make hearts all over the page. Comme ça, like this. Okay, grab some orange, do some more. Now, if you want to, you can outline these in black, but you don't have to. It's even hard to see that I did that, isn't it? I show you close in the camera, see? It's outlined in black, but you don't have to. I think just keeping them different colors is really, really fine. And they can be different sizes and, you know, different shapes, and you can make butterflies that look like hearts if you want to. They don't even have to just be hearts, as I said before. So when you think of these people that you cannot be with, you can take a look at this art piece that you've made when you're finished, and you can put it somewhere in your room or in the kitchen or somewhere where when you walk by it, you'll remember that you're sending love to all the people that you're going to include in this art piece. And remember that when we send love out to people we love, it always comes back in some form, right? They might not tell you right away that they notice that you're loving them, but I bet you if you send love to them, you can sort of play with it, that love will come back to you in some form from them. Okay, and do some more. I think I'll make them a little bit different sizes so that they don't all look the same. So as you're drawing your hearts, imagine those people that you love so much that you can't be with right now. And it's a great way to make your heart smile, because as you think of them and you think of things you did together or how they make you feel, your heart will smile, and that'll feel good too. And if you want to, have mom or dad take a picture of your art piece or scan it. And if mom or dad have email addresses for these people, then you can send them an email of this art piece and show them that they're part of it, because they're about to become part of it. Have enough blue? A little blue in here. And here. Okay. A little pink. And you know, when our hearts smile, it makes us feel really good. And it can help make it less hard that the people we love are not with us all the time, or that we don't get to be with them right now. Lots of hearts. So our next step, I'll show you the piece that I did before. Our next step is to put, if you want to, you don't have to do this part, is to put all of the names of the people you were thinking of when you were drawing the art piece. I have all kinds of names along my string. I have family and friends and people that I've met that I really care about. And you can write their names all the way along the edge, right? All the way along, so that, oops, sorry, I'm trying to get it so you can see it. So that when you're finished, you have a whole bunch of names of people that you're sending love to and that are sending love back to you. Look at all those names. I bet you, if you sat down, you could think of a whole bunch of people you want to send love to. And even if you only have a few people on your string, they're still important people to you, right? So remember, this part, this first one is us. This first one is, we can write me. And look, I seem to have a little teeny heart off the side of my big one. That's the way my color sort of worked out. So this is me. And then each of the little hearts could be a person, right? Maybe this is my son. Or you can do it like I did and write the names all the way along the heartstring. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But this is a really good way of remembering all the people that we care about and the invisible string that is between us. And know that they love you even though they're not with you too. They care about you very much, and they wish they were with you just as much as you wish you were with them. And so put this somewhere when you're finished. Play with it a little more, add some more color if you like. And my dad, a long time ago, always made me sign my art in the bottom right corner. So when you're finished, you should sign it. I'm not finished this one, so I won't sign it. I'll play a little bit more, but I won't keep you on camera to write all the names down because that'll take a long time. So write all of the friends you can think of, all of the loved ones you can think of, all the people you care about that you can think of. And if you want to repeat their names over and over, you can do that too. And then put it somewhere where you can look at it and you can pick a name and say, Christopher, I send love to you today. And you can imagine them in your mind and send that string of love to them, just like we read in the book. Okay? I hope this art piece and the book make you feel a little bit better today about right now not being with the people that you care about just because we have to be staying home for now. Enjoy this art piece, enjoy each other, and remember the invisible string. It's a magical thing. Namaste, everybody.